The David Pakman Show at davidpakman.com.
Welcome to the David Pakman Show. Huge news day today. If you haven't yet heard, the Supreme Court has issued its ruling on the Defense of Marriage Act and on Proposition 8. The Defense of Marriage Act, which of course bars the federal government from recognizing same-sex marriages that individual states legalize, has been ruled unconstitutional by 5-4 in the Supreme Court just hours ago. Anthony Kennedy wrote the majority opinion. He says the federal statute is invalid for no legitimate purpose, overcomes the purpose and effect to disparage and to injure those whom the state, by its marriage laws, sought to protect in personhood and dignity. The Defense of Marriage Act was initially signed by Bill Clinton in 1996 when he was president, and it is no more. It is just no more. That's it. There will be hundreds of benefits made available in the past only to straight married couples, which now gay married couples will be able to receive. This is huge. This is just absolutely huge. I was in touch with so many people earlier today. I was friend John Becker, who did the investigation of Marcus Bachmann's anti-gay therapy clinic, the undercover investigation, and his husband Michael were on the front page of Huffington Post today at the Supreme Court. And it's just a very good day. The DOMA decision is fantastic.
Yeah, it still amazes me that it was 5-4. You know, you would assume that if all of these people are elected to this position where presumably you have this great understanding
of the
Constitution and of the laws of this country, and you were all equally educated, that you would kind of have the same opinion on just about every issue.
Yeah, and a ton. I mean, it's like they're basically split on whether something is constitutional or not.
Yes and no. If you actually look at the dissent in this written by Scalia, or at least one of the dissents, he actually just says that they had no legal standing to bring this case. The United States didn't because President Obama failed to defend the law, so the House Republicans brought the case.
Right.
So, you know, some of the justices just said that they shouldn't have even heard it, in the same way that different justices said the same thing for the Prop 8 case.
How much money was wasted by those House Republicans getting that legal team to do this, to handle the DOMA case? Unbelievable. Now, let's talk about Prop 8 as well. Prop 8, the vote, again, 5-4 by the court, it leaves in place, and this is, some people are telling me that they're not exactly understanding, the 5-4 decision on Prop 8, the California gay marriage law bill, leaves in place the initial trial court declaration that the ban is unconstitutional. So California officials will probably rely on that ruling to allow resuming same-sex unions in probably within the next month. Now, some individuals were hoping that on Prop 8, the Supreme Court would make a broader ruling and say any gay marriage ban in any state would be unconstitutional. The Supreme Court did not do that. They basically said that though the initial appeal of the Prop 8 decision was, they did not have standing. Those making the initial appeal did not have standing. I would give this, I wouldn't call it 2 out of 2 when we think of the two decisions, but the Prop 8 decision is still obviously better than the way it could have gone. I would call it 1.5 out of 2, or maybe 1.63. You might be able to sway me. 1.64 out of 2, Lewis.
We can't get you to 1.75?
I don't think we can.
Okay.
A lot of reaction, religious conservatives going absolutely nuts. We'll be talking to Brian Fisher on an upcoming show. I will ask him, do you now realize that you, by opposing equality, are going to be looked at in history the same way that those who opposed interracial marriage are looked at now? I assume he will not agree with that, but we will ask him.
Right. When you think you're doing God's work, you don't care about how you'll be viewed.
Speaking of God's work, Mike Huckabee tweeted, "My thoughts on the Supreme Court ruling that determined that same-sex marriage is okay. Jesus wept." Maybe Jesus would be weeping tears of joy. I don't know. I think that the Jesus-like thing is this ruling.
If Jesus has been watching what's been happening in this country for the past 400 years, 500 years, he's been crying for a long time, I would imagine.
For reasons that Mike Huckabee probably doesn't agree with. This is also very funny. Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi was asked today, what do you think of Michelle Bachmann's statement that the ruling goes against God's will or something like that? Check out what Nancy Pelosi said. It is a little hard to hear, but let's take a listen.
Congresswoman Pakman put out a statement, and she essentially said that the decision today cannot undo God's word. How do you guys react to that?
Who cares? Who cares? It wasn't even a who cares. It was who cares? And I think that that's the right answer, because it doesn't matter whether religion is or isn't important to you. That's not the issue. The issue is whether the Supreme Court should be legislating based on what the sacred texts of one religion supposedly say. The answer is no.
Of course, yeah.
I don't know how else
Common
to look
sense
at it. It's just,
to us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this is going to be wide-ranging, in that now we're going to see, remember, there's still a lot of, I don't remember if this fact is still true. We did a story about this about a year ago. There's basically more states in the U.S. where you can have sex with animals than than states where two men can get married. So we have a long way to go. There's still a lot of states in this country where you can get fired legally for being gay. So the work is just beginning now. This is just a framework from the federal government under which to push for equality, right, Natan? This is not the end.
No, and I think you should expect in the next 5 years we're going to see enough states that currently ban gay marriage support it, pass laws or statutes that support it, and then you'll see like a tipping point. We might have already reached the tipping point where it just happens very quickly.
No question about it.